Hello and welcome to the Halcyon podcast. I'm your host, Lorne Risley, still PWT Heavyweight World Champion of the World, recently retained, but today is not about pro wrestling, it is all about FA Cup final time! Arsenal versus Chelsea, huge game, massive game, unbelievably big game for Wenger's career, which ironically enough is going to be held up against the cup that he's had most success in. It's a ridiculous situation because when I was a kid, Arsenal versus Chelsea in the final was a reason to celebrate for Arsenal fans because, do you know what? We probably were going to win. This time though, who the hell knows? I see some Arsenal fans making their way to the local pub. Way to represent, guys, right. Just for this game, just on this one occasion, let's all put this whole Wenger out crap to one side. Let's get behind our manager, let's support him, let's support the team, let's support the boys and win the FA Cup and take something home for a crap season. This podcast will be going across the entirety of the game, albeit in spurts, so I won't be recording for the full 90 minutes, you'll be happy to hear, but I will be covering a few moments. They're about to do a minute's silence for the victims of the Manchester attack, so this is where this particular part of the podcast will start again when we kick off.
A few moments later.
Okay, just held a minute's silence for the victims of the Manchester attack. It's a nice touch. Right, so we head into the game. What will be happening is every 15-minute interval I'll do a little update to the log. So you'll either see me doing this or you'll see me doing this. But we'll see what happens. We'll give you a little prelude into this. So the teams line up in their usual formations. The only difference being that Arsenal at this point being completely battered in terms of injuries and things of that nature means that the defensive line has been somewhat decimated. Mertzacker's getting a start, Welbeck's getting a start, Sanchez and Ozil are both on the pitch, Ospina's in the back in goal as opposed to Petr Cech because he's a goalkeeper for the cup. It's going to be an interesting match. Like I say, Chelsea won 3-1 in the return leg in the second half of the season, but we did beat them 3-0 at the beginning. Pedro's just taken it to the top left-hand corner flag in our half. Movement of the ball's already reasonable. Ball in, easy to deal with. I think the critical thing for Arsenal is to go for it this game. There is absolutely nothing to lose, and they can't go into themselves. They need to play with conviction. They need to play with some urgency, some sense of really grasping what this means for not only their careers but the career of the manager, because do you know what, people are trying to spin things one way or the other. It's a bad thing if he wins and stays off. Welbeck trying to tip it over, decent run, just was off balance, didn't have the pace. Cahill clears. I think the most important thing for Arsenal, like I say, is to make sure that they channel the ball well, because they have to rely on their defence. As much as we don't want to rely on the pace of Per Mertesacker, we have to have faith that our defence can hold and counter when we get the opportunity to. Possession will not win the day against Chelsea because they're better at corners than us, they're better at set pieces than us. They've got Eden Hazard who can just dribble through defences when we're tired. It's just one of those things. So, seeing as nothing has really happened yet, this will be the end of this part of the vlog, but we'll check back at precisely 15 minutes into the game. So I'll see you then.
A few moments later.
Okay, so we are precisely 15 minutes on the dot, and Arsenal, albeit controversially, are 1-0 up, and we're on to... come on! Oh, he got it off the line! I'm sorry for anyone speakers who was listening to that. Right, okay, Jesus Christ. Right, so the ball comes in from the right-hand side, and the Chelsea defender back heels it off the line. Oh my days. Arsenal are in this game well and truly. We're 1-0 up as we speak. Drive from Bellerin, and it goes out for a corner. Arsenal are well and truly in this game as it stands at the moment. Chelsea just look a little bit flat-footed. Hazard very nearly made us look stupid at one point. So here we go. Ozil cuts it across, goes over Courtois, heading towards the inside of the goal. Back heels off Welbeck, can't quite get there from Cahill. Oh my days! This is a really good game so far. It's really open. All the players seem to be well up for it, which is not good news for us because we were hoping Chelsea fans and players would turn it up and kind of going, if we lose, we lose. Arsenal playing with plenty of crispness. Aaron Ramsey, Sanchez and Ozil starting well. The defence is holding up well enough. Costa, you dirty bastard! Like I've tweeted out here, because I'm going to be tweeting as we cover this. Beckham was sent off for less than what he just did. He's petulant and he's annoying as balls. But Sanchez has started well. He got the goal, having played. Ramsey was on an offside position but didn't play the ball. So technically, it wasn't an offside, albeit the linesman called it. Originally, went to the linesman, had a discussion with the ref, and they gave the goal, which was the right decision. So that's good. But like I said, Eden Hazard very nearly made us look stupid. A drive through the middle. It took 3 defenders to stop the return shot as it bounded across the goal. Chelsea are dangerous. If they get to within shooting distance of our goal, I really fancy them to score. Costa's lethal. Ox is having a really bad game so far as well. He's not really running into space, and when he's collecting the ball, his final touches is atrocious. Ozil, like I say, playing well, passing the ball, moving well. Sanchez playing like he really wants this, which is really good. But like I say, for the first 15 minutes, it's been an open game. And I think Arsenal on the whole, like I say, we're 17 minutes in. We're 1/6 of the game through, and we've been just as good as Chelsea. We might be in for something here, lads. This might be the end to the season we all needed. Who knows? But we'll check back again at 1/2 Hopefully nothing else. Like I say, the only thing I'll say from the first 15 minutes is just a bit, we're 1-0 up, but it's a bit, because the goal just was so muffled. There was about a minute between when the goal was scored and the decision was made because of the offside decision. We're in again, corner. Welbeck's positioning and movement's been really, really good. Their defence is holding, but one good move, one decent pass, we might be 2-0 up that's when it gets proper dangerous. So we'll check back in about 15 minutes time, but so far the Gunners are 1-0. Come on, you mighty Gunners, we'll check back with you in a minute.
A few moments later.
Okay, we are 30 minutes into the game now, and it's already feeling like Arsenal are within a hair's breadth of fucking up and losing the game, because we're not converting chances at the moment. We've had 2 opportunities to put the ball in the back of the net. Both have come close. Third if you count the post, which I'm not sure. It came back out. Came off Ramsey's chest at the post again, hit Ramsey and went out. The passing is just a bit disjointed. Here's right, he has to square it through the middle, man. I don't know why he played it out to the outside to Welbeck, but Welbeck plays it back in. It's a great piece of goalkeeping by Courtois, who just covers his angles, but look, just a foot, and the defender just gets there first. Like I say, it's a really balanced game. I'm really struggling to find anything to add to the narrative at the moment, which is that, he's been tripped. Free kick! Aspilicueta gives away the free kick to Danny Welbeck. Decent position. The problem is, Giroud's not in the team at the moment. Mertesacker can attack the ball, and so can Welbeck, I suppose. But apart from that, where's your aerial threat? I think he looked like he dragged his foot a little bit there. Alright, as a fan of football, I'll cop to that. Welbeck looks like he dragged his foot just a teeny tiny bit there. Sanchez, is that the angle to shoot? I'm not entirely sure. He's on the far left-hand side of the goal. It's a decent yardage away. He's not going to go for this. He's got to swing it in. Here it comes. Ball goes in. Nowhere anywhere near it. Like I said, kicks it. Save. Corner. Right. Xhaka trying to reconnect with some of those screamers he scored at the beginning of the season. But like I said, the Arsenal team are playing well. They're playing together. A couple of not great performances so far from some of the lads. Like I say, Chamberlain comes immediately to mind. And I do worry about the defensive lineup because they're inexperienced as a team, and they've got Mertesacker who's got all the pace and agility of a tin of paint. But nevertheless, Courtois comes out, doesn't quite claim it, and now Chelsea come to counter. Arsenal's defence is going to be tested here for certain. There's 5 of them and 4 of us. Come on, lads. Hazard on the ball. That's what I don't want to hear. I've gone London already. I'm from Northampton. Don't know why I'm talking like this already. Must be the Islington in me. Alright, balls. Marcus Alonso. See, the problem is, and they break. Now Arsenal can break. Now Arsenal need to make these kinds of runs count. They have to make this kind of count. And it's passed straight to someone else. Straight to someone else. But yes, I don't have a tremendous amount to add at this point because there's not been a tremendous amount that's happened. A few chances from Arsenal side, a few fouls, a few free kicks. It's kind of a standard game right now. But on the whole, everyone seems to be playing pretty well. I do worry about that right there, Holding and Costa. Inexperience versus the biggest twat on the face of the planet, barring Donald Trump. So I'm going to leave it here for now before they take the free kick. Otherwise, you're going to see an expletive-laden part to this video, which might be funny. Fuck it, let's have a look. Claimed by Ospina. That'll do it for this segment. We'll check back on the cusp of half-time when hopefully we're 4-0 up.
A few moments later.
Okay, so we're hitting the 43rd minute as we speak. Chelsea are starting to have more of the lion's share of possession. Threatened once or twice. Hazard's just gone down, having been taken out by Ozil, and people say he doesn't try. Let's have a look at it back in slow motion. He got as much of the ball as he did the player, I reckon. Let's see it again. Okay, maybe he didn't get the ball. But the fact is, Hazard's gone down like he's been shot. Typical Premier League player move. Nothing wrong with him. It may be that he is seriously hurt. That would be terrible. Anyway, this has been Arsenal's half. No other word for it. If the game carried on for the next 45 minutes with these teams on the pitch, Arsenal would win the game. Chelsea have not been clinical enough in front of goal. They're making lots of silly, sloppy mistakes in their passing. We are too. But the difference is that the individual players such as Sanchez, Ozil, Ox is starting to come back into it. He's still not playing great, but he's starting to come back into it. Ospina's having a few jittery moments. Mertesacker's having a few jittery moments. But Holding so far is holding his own against Costa. Monreal's putting in a decent shift. Welbeck is working his socks off, bless him. Considering we signed him for Manchester United as a reject, man, he works hard. I love Welbeck. I really hope we keep him and he has a full season next season to really do his thing. Mertesacker, don't balls it up. We're on the cusp of half-time, and you've got to wonder at this point, coming out at half-time for the second half, are Chelsea going to up their gears? They're going to make any changes? Because at the moment, it's Arsenal's game to lose. 1-0 up. Defence is holding for the time being, although, like I say, Hazard can just do... Oh, look, he's fine! He's fine. Isn't that... It's miraculous. It's majestic how quickly he has healed. Costa. Oh, Bellerin's with a slip! And... Just get with it! Okay, another away. Apologies again for your speakers. Ozil, man. Ozil's passing's not been great this game, it has to be said. 2 or 3 times he's playing a ball through without even looking at what he's passing to. I get he's a magician, but god damn. 2 extra minutes from 45 to 47. Here we go again. Pedro, I think this is. Passes it over to Moses on the right-hand side of the goal. Oh, really? Pedro clipped as he made his way in, says Guy Mowbray, who's apparently never heard of the Ospina chant. He's been referencing that once or twice in this game so far. I'm not too sure why. Right, let's have a look. Oh my god, he was in a different postcode when he fell over. Oh, come on! Do you know what? I apologize. By the way, this is why I don't ever commentate on Arsenal games or football games in general. My voice completely goes to a different register and volume. Marcus Alonso looks like he's going to take this. He scored 1 or 2 if I'm not mistaken. Hazard's also standing over it as well. This is a dangerous position, man. right on the cusp of half time. We need to defend this well. Although saying that, if it's a straight shot, it's Ospina. Ospina is a good shot stopper, but he isn't tall. Right, here we go. Goes up, but no! It's no good. It's no good. Well, there you go. 30 seconds left of the half. Chelsea have not made the most of their opportunities, but there's still 45 minutes to go, and they've not really had a clear chance at goal yet. Pedro's probably had their best chance, and he skied it, put way too much power into that. Sorry. Anyway, first half against a Premier League winning Chelsea against an Arsenal that have finished 5th for the first time in 20 years. We're 1-0 up. So there you go, 1-0 up. We aren't 2. We probably should be because we had plenty of decent chances. But Arsenal are where they need to be in an FA Cup final. So it was a good half. Sloppy. Both teams having their moments. Both teams not really showing that assertive confidence to go out and take the game by the scruff of the neck yet. Too many mistakes by both teams to really warrant an edge over the other. But Arsenal have had the lion's share of chances. And possession has been decent for both sides, and defence has been leaking on both sides as well. So we'll touch base at the start of the second half, once we see if there's been any changes made, and once they've had a chance to listen to Alan Shearer bore me to tears by regurgitating all the opinions he's taken over the last 2 weeks like they're his own. So stay tuned. Probably 2 or 3 more updates to go until the end of the game, where hopefully Arsenal will be victorious 4-0. And then we'll do the obligatory jumping around the room. You'll be happy to know I won't be taking my shot off and winging it around. No one wants to see that, and no one needs to. So join us in a few moments.
A few moments later.
As you can tell, the second half has been slightly more exciting. So in effect, Moses decided within the space of 11 minutes to get himself sent off. He decided that. Diego Costa does what he does second best, apart from being a bit of a twat, by scoring a goal. And then Giroud decided to put us 2-1 ahead within about 30 seconds of the goal. And then everyone started getting yellow cards. We are precisely 1 minute and 7 seconds away from the 90-minute mark. Mesut Ozil has just missed an absolute peach of an opportunity. It should be 3-1 by this point. But it isn't. He decided it'd be harder to hit the post, so he hit the post instead. It's just how skillful Mesut Ozil is. But yeah, literally, this game has to be ours now. It has to be. They just need to do the smart thing. The Arsenal break away now again. They just need to hold it. He plays it across, out for a throw-in. Just take your time. This is the kind of performance Arsenal should have been putting in game after game this season, and they would have won the title. They would have at least finished 4th. That 1 point, 2 points we needed actually because of the goal difference. But anyway, point being, Wenger's starting to pace. Has there been many delays this half? I would argue not. Moses, he took some time to get his sorry ass off to the pitch after he was sent off. Didn't do much complaining, by the way. Again, another point I wish to raise, Diego Costa kissing the badge. Really? Really? Oh, Ramsey! Someone put it in! Oh my God, sorry about everyone's speakers if you're watching this. My sincerest apologies. And now Chelsea are breaking on the 90th minute. Cuts it away. Come on, get back. How many minutes? 4 minutes? Are you crazy? Anyway, any other points to raise in the house? Ospina has had some moments, but he's kept it as close as he can. He's put some great saves in. Monreal has an unreal second half. Ox picked up his game before he was sent off. Coquelin came on, got booked 30 seconds in to try and reclaim a ball when there were 10 men down. I don't know what he was thinking. Then he did some skill on the touchline of the opposite end and got shoved off the pitch. Didn't get a free kick. And then Chelsea countered. But Arsenal just need to take it. Go on, ref. Michy Batshuayi. I finally perfected how to say that name. Apparently he won them the title. I get he scored the goal that won the final game that got them over the line. What an erroneous comment to make, Guy Mowbray. He didn't win them the fucking title. Don't mix it up. Oh, God, that was close. If they get an equaliser in the next 2.5 minutes, I'll be absolutely blown away. We should be winning this game 3-1 at the very least. Arsenal have been great, not brilliant or exceptional or wonderful, but they've been great. They've put in a kind of performance that Arsenal fans can really be proud of, and you can't say more than that. Chelsea players, if they get something out of this now in the next 2 minutes, got way fucking more than they deserved. But they've just not turned up, to be perfectly honest. If the Chelsea that had won the title would turn up today, we wouldn't have had a chance. Hazard's barely been on the ball, Costa's barely had a touch, and when he has, he's been just complaining. The Chelsea defence haven't been great at closing us down. Kante's been really off today. He's had a couple of decent tackles, but he's just not been there. 2 minutes left to go. Guys all over him. Ref, I don't know how that's not a free kick. All right. Ref's been on and off this game. He's even for our decision, for instance. I know I'm glad we got it, but do you know what? It's the wrong decision, because in what universe was that not a handball for Sanchez? Oh, excellent by Giroud, winning that off Kante of all people. 1.5 minutes, and Chelsea. Oh, we're doing a substitution! Yes! Yes! Alexis Sanchez, man of the match. The guy works his socks off. He's petulant as always, but God, I love him, and God, I hope he doesn't go. Whatever Arsenal have to do to keep a hold of him, do you know what? It has to be done. It has to be done. Sanchez is a quality player, an immense player. Oh, wow, that says it all. Ignores the manager. Well, if he stays now, it won't be because Wenger's there. Put it that way. That look away there, almost as if, oh, you're there. You can't miss Arsenal Wenger. He's 6'3", 6'2". He's huge. Anyway, win the ball back. Play it across. Play it across. Play it across. Thank you, Elneny there. Does he want to have a shot? Just don't lose it. There you go. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Come on. Oh, we could win the FA Cup here, lads. This is the season-ending Arsenal fans. I don't care what anyone says about Wenger. We're in the FA Cup final. We're winning 2-1 with 15 seconds to go, but Chelsea are on the break. I'm going to hold my last statement for a second. That's it, Bellerin. Just get rid of it. Just get rid of it. That's it. Just get rid of it. Yes, he yes, clears it away. Come on, ref. Do the right thing, ref. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. Come on. Blow that whistle. Blow that whistle. And away. And away. And away. And away. This doesn't make for very good YouTube or videos or coverage. I know. But... oh, come... John, score if you want. I don't care. No. Ref. FA Cup time to win us! Arsenal! Get in there, you Arsenal! Turn your speakers down. Did I not say that before? Sorry, my apologies. Arsenal won the FA Cup! I've only got to win it! Oh my days! Arsenal are the FA Cup winners. Arsene Wenger has won it for a record 8th time. We finished the season on that note. Kroenke's actually bothered to show up in a suit that's even sharper than his face. Arsenal are the FA Cup title winners. FA Cup, boys. They've done it. They've done it. And for football fans, if you're a Chelsea fan, an Arsenal fan, United fan, City fan, I don't care. This crap about the Champions League being the be-all and end-all football, I'm sick of that crap. I know we're not in it, and I know that'll be used against me, but for fuck's sake, when did the love of the game stop for being involved in the game? I died to be involved in that game in the FA Cup. I died to be involved in a Premier League game. Or, oh, there he goes after his star boy. But there you go. Arsenal are the FA Cup winners of 2017. Chelsea are made to look like Spaniards because they didn't bother turning up. Half of our defence decided to go on leave. Alexis Sanchez has got half his signature on someone else's contract. Ozil doesn't know if he wants to play with us either because he doesn't know if Wenger's going to be there. Wenger still hasn't told us what he's doing. But we have still won! And that's kind of it, really. Yeah, so that's been the Halcyon podcast on the Arsenal FA Cup final. Thank you very much for watching. If you've not gone deaf, please like, share, subscribe. Check out some of the other content creators in the description below, including Cinematic Venom and some of the other people that I'm involved with. Kante, how do you feel, mate? Can the Premier League cover that dent in your heart that the loss has made? I'm not sure you can even cover that ground. So sad. Anyway, this has been your host, Lorne Risley. Thank you very much for watching the Halcyon podcast. Stay tuned for the next episode. Go and watch the celebration on BBC right now. I don't care if you're not even an Arsenal fan. Just go and watch greatness. Go and watch greatness. Yes, look at him. Look at his happy little Chilean face. You want to stay? I know you do. That BFG. We love you too, BFG. Thanks very much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Whew.